Benji, I'm good. It's good to be here.
Yes, sir.
Good to see your smiling face.
Absolutely. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Got a great show lined up for you. Coach Boyd's here, of course. We got three players with us here tonight. Dylan Buford, Malik Samuel, and Darius Hazel in with us, and assistant coach Bryce Jeffcoat is going to be in with us as well. We've also got some tickets in a parking pass we're going to be giving away for the home opener of the Fleet this coming Saturday against Newberry here at J.W. Babb Stadium in Greenwood. We got 4 gold seats. Now, these are between the 40s. These are the nice ones with the chair backs and all that, and a great parking pass. So we'll be giving all that away tonight as well. And yeah, our phone lines are open too if you want to chime in with us. 864-366-0929. 864-366-0929. If you'd like to talk to Coach Boyd, any of the players, or Coach Jeffcoat there, you can do that by just giving us a phone call. Coach went up to Lenore this past Saturday and took on the Bears there. And tell you, man, one bad quarter, just the wheels kind of fell off there in the second quarter.
So is that what it was? Yeah. Something fell off. But anyway, yeah. I mean, they're a good football team, and we kind of didn't take care of some things we probably should have taken care of, and we kind of helped them out a little bit. So, I mean, but they're good, certainly good ball club. I don't want to take anything away from them. And we just didn't, perform probably as we needed to.
Yeah. Yeah, I was streaming it, watching online there. Really, I mean, it was the second quarter. I mean, take the second quarter away, but you can't do that. But really, I mean, if you go back and look at the box score, there's 4 non-offensive touchdowns that Lenore scored.
Correct. Yeah.
It's not a recipe for any kind of
Success
there at
So,
all.
no, exactly. And, obviously, in the punt game, our coverage was not what it needed to be. And then on the goal line, when we had the one blocked, we just had a miscue with the protection, and which, of course, it's hard to have a miscue on punt protection anyway, but when you have it right in the middle, that's a problem, especially on the whatever yard line we were on.
Right. It's always tough to be backed up that far, because you don't get your proper alignment. I mean, everything's shortened up there when you're backed up deep. Offensively, you felt like you were trying to run the ball in the game, and wasn't a whole lot of space, wasn't a whole lot of room there.
No, their front's pretty good.
Yeah.
Their front's pretty good. I don't know where they're improved from where they were last year, and I thought they were a good team last year, and I thought they were, I'm not gonna say vastly improved, but they were definitely improved, and so they're doing the things they need to do with and they got quite a few cats that have played quite a few ball games.
Right. Well, and you were also playing the top 15 team in the country. I mean, mistakes tend to be magnified when you're playing guys like that.
No doubt, but again, they're a good program, and that atmosphere over there is something else. I mean, that's a Division I atmosphere.
Right.
I mean, seriously, it's an FCS stadium waiting to happen. All you got to do is add some stands on the visitor side, and you'd have it. So it might be. I mean, there are nice stadiums around the country, but it certainly would rank in the top 10 or so in the nation, I would think, for Division II stadiums.
Yeah, the box scores. I mean, there was a lot of people there too.
There was a good crowd. Good crowd.
Good news, I guess, out of this is you get to play at home this week.
We do. We do get to play.
You break out the colored jerseys.
We do get to play at home, so I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to do a 30-minute bus ride each way as opposed to 3 hours, 3.5, or whatever it's been. So, but and if I'm looking forward to it, I know our players are. So,
Right.
yeah, it's and Greenwood's been good to us. I mean, it's been a good place. It's not like playing on campus. And someday that'll be the not for these guys, but at some point, that'll be the thing for for the Erskine football program. But
That's what we're working toward currently.
in the meantime, we're playing down there I mean, it can accommodate, a college
Right.
setting, as far as because you gotta take care of, I mean, officials need a locker room, the visiting team, visiting coaches. I mean, there's just a lot of people you have to accommodate, not to mention, our guys, so,
A lot of media coverage too. I mean, you gotta have the press box facilities on top of everything else.
yeah, the press box is a pretty nice press box, yeah. I mean, I don't think that, they build a nice press box in Hickory, but, that press box there is pretty darn nice, so.
Yeah. I've done college games, called college games up, in a few different spots, and Greenwood's as nice as it gets. So it's really, really nice facility. So really looking forward to that. And we've got some tickets we're going to be giving away. 4 gold seat tickets and 1 great parking pass coming up a little bit later on in the show. So stick around for that and come on out and watch the Fleet this coming Saturday against Newberry. We're going to talk about Newberry when you come back to finish up the show here in just a little while. So I don't want to jump into that just yet. Good news schedule-wise, Lenore Ryan was the highest ranked on the schedule as currently.
Yeah, exactly. So, the league that we are currently in, and I say that because we're kind of like we're going to be a ping pong ball for the next few years, is a heck of a league. And there's a lot of talent in there, and, it's seasoned, to say that, whatever.
A lot of older,
A lot of
established
cats that have been around for a long time, and so it's we have a challenge every week for sure, and it's something that I told our guys this the other day. I said, when I coached in high school, I used to get so mad when we used to play, because the team I was at was a have, and we had played a lot of teams that were have-nots, and I used to get so mad because you'd beat them by name your score type of thing, running clocks and all that stuff. And it's like, that's just not fun. Now being on the other side of that isn't any fun either. I got news for you. But the one thing I will say about this past weekend is, probably on offense and defense, if you stop and look at it, we're probably playing with about 3 to 4 kids on each side of the ball that really have significant playing time at all in the previous season.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of new faces. And the one thing I did, there was probably a moment there when it was kind of a shell shock deal when things kind of flipped on its head. But what I didn't see, I didn't see him stop playing. And I have a lot of respect for this team as far as how they handled that, because they could have handled it a lot differently. And and I think there was a moment where it wasn't kind of the way you would have liked it, but I think they snapped out of that, and and they're young, and that's definitely a lesson learned, and it's painful, and it's medicine that we don't necessarily like to take, but at some point they'll file that away in their memory banks, and at some point these cats are going to have a chance to going forward to kind of use that as a hopefully some motivation.
Definitely. Lessons to be learned, no doubt. All right, Coach, we'll jump out. We'll take a quick break, and we're going to get these players in here with us. Dylan Buford, Malik Samuel, Darius Hazel, all coming up next right here on the Erskine Flying Fleet Coaches Show. We'll be right back. FM locally and worldwide. WCLAradio.com. We're also on your Alexa devices. Just say Alexa, play WCLA Radio. I'm Benji Greason, and I am here with Dylan Buford, Malik Samuel, and there's Hazel. Guys, welcome in.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Nice to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you for having y'all in. Absolutely. So, guys, let's kind of go around here. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what your major is at Erskine, and kind of your path to get to Erskine. Dylan, if you want to start.
Dylan Buford, from Abbeville. My major is physical education. I transferred from Newberry to Erskine. Graduate from Abbeville High School.
Yeah.
And class of 20. So,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Class of 20. That was a weird time to graduate.
Oh,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah,
It was, trust
that's
me.
dope.
All you guys class of 20 in high school?
I'm class of 20.
Class 2019.
19?
Yeah, it's 2020.
2020.
Uh-huh.
That's cool. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Malik Samuel from Florence, South Carolina. I graduated from West Florence High School. I've been at Erskine since 2019, since Coach Boyd got there.
Yeah. You're one of the OGs, man.
Yeah. Hey.
Ever since the beginning.
I mean, it's been a struggle, but it's been real.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we learned a lot with being there this time.
Yeah.
This was struggles, but I feel like all of us got something positive out of it.
So I'll talk about that for a second. You came in before they were supposed to play year one in 2020.
Mhm.
Well, then that got canceled. So
Yes,
you
sir.
come in at 19, 20 gets canceled, end up playing a spring season in 21. So you were at Erskine practicing, going through the whole nine for
Yeah.
like 2 years before you ever took the field.
Yes, sir.
That had to be rough.
Yeah, it was rough, but I mean, like I said, I feel like it was positive for us. I mean, we learned a lot within just, besides football, we learned a lot with just life in general.
Right.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's a lot of lessons we learned. Mr. Hazel.
Yes.
Thanks.
My name is
Swing
Dia.
this mic over to him.
Okay, bet.
Here we go.
Okay, yeah. My name is Darius Hazel from Beaufort, South Carolina. Class of 2020. Graduated from Well Branch Early College High School. I'm also a business administration major. And I kind of feel a part of what Malik was saying. I came in 2020. The fall that I came in, we wasn't able to play a season because of COVID year. So it was like practicing 6 days a week against ourselves. And it was like, that could be kind of tough, not being able to play against no opponent, almost a whole year. So, but yeah, ever since I came here, met some great people. I feel like, they're going to be one like my best friends for the rest of my life. So,
Right.
one thing I can say about Erskine, for sure.
Now, Dylan, you handle kicking duties,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So you're punting this year. No, you're punting.
Yes,
Saw
sir.
some of those boomers on social media this weekend and live streaming the game there.
Yes, sir.
Are you doing kickoffs, field goals, anything?
I'm doing kickoffs and long-range field goals.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now I kind of know you, so I'm just going to ask you some questions that maybe other people listening don't know.
Yes, sir.
But you started out kicking obviously early in high school, right?
Yes, sir. I started, so let's see, it would have been summer going into my 9th grade year.
Mhm.
That's when I first started really
Yeah.
kicking. Kind of fell in love with it.
Yeah, you got serious about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any kicking coaches or anybody along the way to kind of help you?
Yes, sir. I had Troy Can.
Yeah.
He helped me out a little bit. And I also went to Dan Orner up in Charlotte, North Carolina. He helped fine tune some, basic stuff
Yeah.
that
Kicking's kind of like a golf swing. Isn't
Oh
it?
yeah, yes.
I mean,
You can basically replicate it off a golf swing.
Yeah.
You leave it open, you leave your face open, push it wide right. You cut across real hard. You want to pull it wide, left.
Do you kick with the instep of your foot when you're placing?
Yes, sir.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm. Soccer style, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody does that. But punting this weekend, he was just talking about he backed up in your own end zone right there. What's that? How's that feel?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, it's crazy because I've never experienced really in my own end zone punting. Even when I was in high school,
Right.
most of the time, I hardly ever punted in a game sometimes. But it's nerve wracking, especially against. There was a lot of people there too. So it was very, I could hear a student section behind me saying stuff to me and all
Right.
that. But yeah, it was.
All that out.
You got to.
what's the plans? Now you still got another year to play here, but what's the plans after Erskine? I mean, do you want to try to go try out? I mean, an incredible leg.
I mean, if I get
Pro teams or whatever?
yes, if I get an opportunity, you know, I'll try.
Yeah. They
But,
fire kickers left and right in the NFL, so
Yeah,
you'll have an opportunity.
Okay, I know. But you know, if I get an opportunity,
Yeah.
you know, that'll be something I'll be grateful for.
Absolutely.
But you know, after Erskine and after college, I really, you know, want to do something. I'm going to do coaching.
Yeah.
So I want to do something like special teams coordinator and all that stuff.
Very cool.
I'm going to be like a PE coach.
College level, high school level, or just don't know yet?
Wherever.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. Mr. Hazel, you're running back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a tough position.
Hell yeah.
Y'all get beat
Take a
on
lot of
the
hits.
block.
Yes, sir.
At what point in your career, now I know, when you're running the ball, you have to adapt and learn how to kind of twist and turn your body to take lancing blows instead of,
Yes, sir.
How long into the process did you kind of learn how to do all that?
So when I came in my freshman year, you know, coming as a high school student, coming into college, thinking, you know, I know it's gonna be like a different type of level, a faster game, but you know, people are much very stronger than than a high school level. So I say I learned probably like last year, about last spring, I dislocated my shoulder, and I learned that you have to land certain ways. You have to be more careful of how you playing overall as a player, because longevity is very key. You know what I'm saying? Playing in like a very physical sport that at the pace that we're playing at now. So I feel like that was a learning point of like I got to be more cautious of what I do, how I run the ball, and be more protective and stuff.
You played at Well Branch High School.
Yes, sir.
How different was it going from the offense you played in there to
Uh-huh.
coming to Erskine and playing in this offense?
So Well Branch, we was also a run heavy offense, but it was more like a two-back offense. And see, in our offense, against anybody we played, they already gonna know regardless that we was gonna run the ball.
Right.
So it was like,
Stop it if you can.
right, exactly. So I didn't have to worry about no like passing schemes or like me have to run this route or that route. So I feel like once I got to college from the high school level, the offense is more like complex and diverse, because playing against some other good, well-coached players. So you got to be scheming at a very high level.
Heard a lot of running backs say that pass blocking is the biggest thing that they have to learn
Yes.
once they get to this level.
Yes.
Is
That's very huge, because with a linebacker coming at you full speed and you're just sitting there, it's like you got to be very cautious of how you block. Yeah.
It's hardest hit you've taken in a game yet this played for Erskine? Anything stick out?
The hardest hit I took so far, I'll say
Or delivered?
last year. The hardest truck that I ever did, I believe, throughout my whole time at Erskine was versus Allen, and it was a game-winning touchdown. The touchdown to put us up top. I ran a guy over, and that felt pretty good. Yeah. So.
Let's go to the defensive side of the ball now. Malik Samuel in with us. Again, you said you were from West Florence. There's a lot of high schools in Florence.
Yeah,
West Florence, you got a directional every Florence, right? Wilson, all that.
Yeah, it's only two. It's us, South Florence, and Wilson.
Yeah. Big rivalries there?
You can call them that.
Yeah.
You can call them that.
Have you in high school did you play both ways? Or you always been on the defensive side?
I always played defense, but my senior year, towards like mid-season, started playing a little bit of tight end. But that's when we was only running the ball.
Yeah.
No passes to be attempted at all.
No tight end love at all, huh?
At all.
You're just you're the sixth offensive lineman.
There you go.
So on the defensive side of the ball here for the Fleet, once you get to the college level, what's different from when you played there at West Florence?
I would say really the whole reading what is in front of you for real. It's like in high school, it was more of just like reacting, but it wasn't reacting as fast. I feel like in college, like you have to react quicker than what you used to reacting to. So it's like you have to really study your film in order to react quicker. So I mean, I feel like it's just really just moving faster than me. That's all.
Think you got more dedicated film time now?
Yeah,
You did?
a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Defensive end.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a go get the quarterback type
Yeah.
type position there.
Yeah.
I was watching Micah Parsons for the Cowboys yesterday.
Monster.
You know, if I was a guy up and coming, I'm like, that's the guy I want to be like. You know,
Right.
I mean, it's incredible. All the technique. I mean, the bend. You guys supposed to be able to run under a table at full speed. You know, I mean, that's just incredibly hard to do. So a lot of training goes into that.
Yes, sir. I mean, I feel like it just takes repetition for real. There's not really much to it. As long as you grind every day, you know, put in the work, you'll be all right.
Right. After football, you got any plans yet?
Yeah. I mean, I still want to ball, but you know, if God bless me to keep doing that, then I'm gonna keep doing it. But other than that, if not, I'm in school right now for business administration and accounting. So if I don't end up balling, you know, I just get my CPA or something.
You're a numbers man, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm a letters guy, not a numbers guy.
Facts. Agree.
I was fine with math till they started throwing letters in.
Right.
Cause what is X for real?
Yeah, right. Make it up.
Exactly.
The imaginary numbers is what got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, they're imaginary. Why are you worried about them?
Exactly.
Back to Mr. Hazel here. What about you after football's over with? What's the plans moving forward?
Well, my dad, he has his own construction company, Hazel Construction. And, you know, usually ever since I was like, I say around about 15, 16, I started getting more active and involved in things.
Yeah.
You know, maybe one day, I also want to own a company of my own, but, you know, as soon as I graduate college, like, I already have something, like, right there for me, so I want to help build with him and, you know, take that company to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you're in business administration.
Yes, sir. That's my degree. Yes, sir. And I plan on also getting my graduates too as well in
Yeah.
business, getting my master's and MBA.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Very cool, man. Dylan, first home game of the year coming up this week at your old stomping grounds there, Newberry. Y'all got a little extra juice for it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still know a lot of guys on the team there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got some high school
Yeah,
teammates.
Carson
playing, right?
Smith. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Me and him were roommates my first year at Newberry, so
Yeah.
I think it'll be good to see him. You know.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna be on the other side of the ball, but.
Right. These road trips you've been on, I know that it's fun to get on the bus, and then hour number 2, it's like, well, this ain't so fun anymore. And then hour number 3. What do you like about playing at home in JW Pat there in Greenwood?
You know, I like, for me personally, I like that my family's right down the road, and most of them come to the game. But it's a good atmosphere that we have. So.
This will be a night game too. Well, 6 o'clock start.
Yeah.
Finish at 9.
Should be a good atmosphere.
You guys have rivals? Do you feel like you have rivals in the schedule that you play? I know there's, like I said, there's a little juice in the
Yeah,
game.
you're right. It is. It is. Yeah. But I say, out of everybody in our schedule, I feel like our most rival was shorter. You know, we already played them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? You got anybody in particular that you
I mean,
get a little extra fired up to play than normal?
not really. I treat all of them the same for real. So they all in the SAC. We in the SAC. They call us the new team, but I feel like we just young. You feel me? We just young. But the young guys are still getting it done though. It's just some mistakes we just have to fix. Once we get that check,
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
I've literally
For sure.
watched this team since the beginning, since the first game they ever played. And, I mean, you can just see the natural progression. I mean, it's better and better and better and better every year, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, best of luck this coming weekend and moving forward in the season. We believe in you. We're pulling for you, and can't wait to see you kick it off Saturday against Newberry.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Benji.
All right. We'll jump out, take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have Bryce Jeffcoat in with us, assistant coach, and be talking to him about all the X's and O's and the ins and outs. And we've still got 4 gold tickets we're going to be giving away. Hang on for that. That'll be coming up here in about 10, 12 minutes, and a great parking pass as well. All that for the game against Newberry this Saturday. 6 o'clock is the start time. JW Babb Stadium there in Greenwood. We will be I'm Benji Green sitting here with Mr. Bryce Jeffcoat. This is a little different for us, man. I've been on the show quite a few times. Normally I'm introducing you as quarterback, Bryce Jeffcoat. Now I'm introducing you as coach.
How about that? How about that? It's cool, man. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. This was something, and I remember us talking about it, something that you wanted to do.
Right.
You knew that you were headed in the coaching field, right?
Yeah, and I was just very fortunate to be able to, get the opportunity straight out and, have a good relationship with Coach Boyd and Coach Ingalls and the rest of our staff. And so that's I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity now, so I jumped on it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're not preparing for a game and you're not getting hit on every week now. Other than those glaring differences, what's some of the biggest differences you've seen since, playing days and now in coaching days?
I guess part of the biggest thing goes in as far as the preparation part goes that you kind of touched on, but being able to, I guess, understand and get everything that we're trying to do and be able to portray that to the guys and have them understand the same kind of mentality that we have going into the game, where we think we can be successful, where we need to grow, this and that, just the details of the X and O's, that it's a bit different.
Did you love the film study when you were playing?
I'd say I enjoyed it. Yeah, just me being, the type of player that I am, not being huge and this and that, I kind of had to, really double down on the preparation aspect of being able to kind of know what I'm doing, have a plan when I'm out there, and that's what, kept me healthy.
Right. I imagine as a coach now, there's even more, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Coaching wide receivers this year?
Quarterbacks.
Why didn't I? Right? Tell us about your quarterback room this year. Got some talented guys in there.
Absolutely, yeah. So very fortunate to have a great group full of guys that, are really kind of buying our program. Craig Pender, to start off with, who was here originally, transferred out, now he's back, so he's kind of used to the system and how we got, things going on. Austin Parker, who was here last season, got playing time for us then too, is a great guy. Knowledge of the game is good. He also wants to get into the coaching aspect, so having him in there, we're all able to kind of really hash out all kinds of things as far as X and O's go. Quincy Hill, super athletic guy, love to involve him in our RPO run game stuff. Ethan Dameron, another great leader, and guy that we can count on to do things the right way, and just the type of guys that you want in the quarterback room. Then we have a bunch of our young guys: Cole Shepard, Ty Goldrick, Max Vaughn, and Taz Walker. We got and Zach Acuff, just a great group of guys that buy in. We've been really fortunate, I think, in the past of having just a really good quarterback room that clicks together and stuff like that. So I'm fortunate to have this room starting off.
You were talking about the different skill sets from the different quarterbacks there. I would imagine from a personnel standpoint and the offense that you're wanting to run, that kind of comes in handy because you can have a whole change of pace, taking one guy and replacing another.
Yeah, absolutely. We just kind of figure out where we think that we can be the most successful, and if we feel like we need to lean more one way or another, we kind of have the option to do that. So that's just kind of something that we have that we're able to reach into and do different things with.
Right. What's the biggest goal you think for your quarterback room this year that you're hoping to tap in on?
Yeah, well, absolutely. What we started off at the beginning of the season, that's just our discipline and our decision-making of the quarterback room. One thing that you have to be able to count on for your quarterbacks is them being able to put the ball in the right spot. So setting our goals early just to absolutely limit turnovers. So that's not something that we were great on this week, and that's something that we got to go back and fix. And then as an offense as a whole, our discipline and just the cleanness in which we execute. I know penalties was something that we really wanted to focus on as a whole offense going out throughout the year. Only 2 games in, prior to last game, we were where we wanted to be. We were 3rd in the country in penalties per game, and then 2nd in the country in yards and penalty yards as a whole. And that goes into the defense also playing discipline. But then you go into Saturday, and I can think of at least 5, 3 false starts, 2 holdings, offensive pass interference. So that's that. Other than the holding, maybe that has absolutely nothing to do with the skill level of who we're playing. So that's something that we have to clean up for sure.
Yeah, pre-snap penalties. This is drive killers.
Absolutely.
Drive killers. When the offensive coaches are together, are you guys
Oh,
far as
yeah.
the game plan?
Absolutely, yeah. We have pretty long film staff sessions to where we kind of sit in and go throughout a ton of different looks and pretty much hash it all out. Well, certain aspects, but we hash it all out in one big group setting. So we go through absolutely everything as an entire offensive staff.
Yeah, yeah. Newberry coming up.
Yeah.
I know you've probably already got a head start looking at that defense
Right.
and all that. What are you looking forward to against the Wolves?
Yeah, well,
Saturday
I'm
night?
not sure what these players in here are talking about, but I absolutely think that Newberry brings a lot of extra fire and kind of oomph around the game, and that was one I look forward to a lot. In the past 2 seasons, also the times we've played them, we've kind of lost the game in a quick span of 4 minutes where we had things go negative, and then we go right back and play with them, get it back. This past season, we did the same thing with a turnover, quick score for the defense, special teams mishap, quick score for the defense, and we just weren't able to get back from it. Still, in the second half, made it interesting and made it really close. But just that goes back to that, the cleanness and being efficient and disciplined. But I think we really do enjoy and look forward to this game. So I'm sure the kids are going to be fired up for this one.
Man, I'm really excited for you, man. I mean, you're chasing your dreams. You're a quarterback at for Erskine, and now you're coaching, and that's really cool, man. Really cool. Bryce Jeffcoat in with us. I'm sure we'll do this again later on in the season, but best of luck this coming week, and get those QBs fired up.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll jump out and take our last break, and we'll be right back to preview the Newberry game with head coach, Shat Boyd, all that more right here on. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm trying to run out the break, but we got 4 tickets, gold tickets, and 1 great parking pass that we're going to be giving away. And I tell you, if you want to go ahead and call while we are going on break right now, then we will we'll get those. We got to have your name, your email, and your cell number to get those tickets transferred to you. So 4 gold tickets. That's the seat backs in between the 40s, and a great parking pass. So your whole family can come out and watch the game there in Greenwood, J.W. Babb Stadium this Saturday, 6 o'clock kickoff. In Erskine versus Newberry. So 366-0929 is the number. 864-366-0929. We'll take those calls while we Boyd, right here on WZLA 92.9 FM and streaming worldwide, WZLAradio.com. So we opened up the phone lines when we went to break there. We had a ton of people calling in to get those tickets. And we've been gifted more tickets. But you're not going to get them tonight. You got to wait till Thursday morning. We'll be giving them away Thursday morning on Southern Fried Morning Show. So if you tune in then, we will have four more tickets and a parking pass Thursday morning. So we'll be giving those away. It's a hot commodity, Coach. Phone lines burning up over here.
They were. I mean, I know we talked laughing about maybe the whatever caller coming in, but no, that was good. That was nice to see the phone ringing off the hook.
If you'd like to call in and ask Coach a question, talk to him real quick. We got about 6 minutes left in the show here. 366-0929 is the number. 864-366-0929. I have to remind myself to say the area code because you got players from all over the state, all over the country, and their people are listening. So I got to give the area code.
I never even thought about that, but you're right. Yeah, there are, and there's a lot of people in the area that are new to the area as well.
Right.
So.
Yeah, 864-366-0929 if you'd like to call in here last segment of the show. What a great group of guys you just had in here, Coach. Dylan Buford, Darius Hazel, Malik Samuels, those guys they're the cream of the crop.
They're good guys, and all of them are significant contributors as well. So that's a positive thing there. But they also have all grown into, they kind of have. It may not be a vocal, real loud voice, but they have a voice, and they're respected on the team. And they, within their positional groups, they certainly, have bring a lot to the table. And so we're blessed to have them. And those guys are all Malik is class of 19,
Right.
and then Darius is I think 20, and Dylan was 20, but not with us initially. Right. So anyway, they've been around the program for a little while.
That's really cool that you're seeing this core group of guys. I know some have left and whatnot, but you still got this core group of guys that was here before you ever played snap.
Correct. Yeah. This will be the last. This will be the last of that group. I'm trying to track down all the different names, and they're checking to see, with COVID and all that stuff, just keeping track of their academics and things like that, trying to figure out if they can graduate in December, graduate in May, or if they're going to have to come back in the fall. There's still a lot of that kind of going on.
That's a whole other side of college football people just don't even think about. They just see the guys out there playing and think they just show up and play, I guess. But they're student athletes.
Well, they are at Erskine, I can promise you that. I'm not sure about some of these other places, but at Erskine, they are definitely student athletes.
Right.
So,
that's just a whole other thing to have to keep up with and keep organized and stay on top of. I mean, it's a lot.
Well, we just had, today's their off day technically, and we just wrapped up our academic meetings, so we meet with them once a week, just kind of making sure that they're on par. And a lot of times it's, especially when they first get here, is they don't know how to ask for help or don't want to ask for help. And
know who to go to for help.
So ultimately it's just a matter of trying to help them not dig themselves into a hole their first semester, which, and I know I certainly did my first semester, so I definitely know what that's like. And yeah, it can be. And you think you bring in whatever habits you have, and you think you can do whatever you did, and sometimes you get kind of smacked in the face, and you kind of realize, hey, what I was doing wasn't even going to work here.
Right.
So.
A few minutes left in the show here. If you want to call in, 864-366-0929. Coach, first home game. I know that's a welcome sight to you there. Not having to take a long ride as you did your first 3 games. Newberry coming in. Even Jeff Coach said it. A little extra juice when you play Newberry.
I'm surprised. Well, of course, it was Darius shorter, but Newberry's the one team we've played we played them in the spring season. We've played them each of the previous, whatever. So this will be, whatever. This is our 3rd fall, but we played them in the spring, so this will be our 4th time.
Right.
4th time playing them. And I don't know if it's a rivalry yet. I mean, they've pretty much had our number, and it hasn't been much of a rivalry. To me, rivalries aren't rivalries if one team's just beating the snot out of the other one. But it's I think we are trending in the right direction. We're getting better. We're doing what we need to do, and who knows? I mean, I think our kids will come out and they'll fight. And we'll see what's going to happen because Newberry's, they've got things going pretty well over there right now, and they're yet another pretty good football program in the SAC. So we'll have our hands full, but I think our young guys won't flinch. I don't think they'll back down. So it's going to be I think it'll be a good day, and it'll be nice to be at home for sure.
I think you hear this saying a lot. Attitude reflects leadership, and the attitude of the team is just never quit. I mean, they don't give up, and they go hard to the end of the fourth quarter, win, lose, or draw. So it's gonna be a fun game. And I know you can't look back at last year and really draw many comparisons because there's so many new faces, right? But that game last year was nip and tuck there at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, you go back beyond that. The first two were pretty much whitewashes. So. Last year, if you're looking at spreads and whatever, we certainly closed the gap. But that's a new team, and now we have a new team, and so do they. So, I'm not, and at this level, we kind of turn people over a little faster or in greater numbers, I think, than, at Alabama maybe. They've got some pretty good kids that are with them for a couple of years, whatever. But, we got on probably 3 or 4 kids on both sides of the ball that have had significant playing time in the past. So it's a lot of new folks playing for us.
Well, Coach, best of luck Saturday, 6 p.m. is the kickoff there at JW Babb, and really looking forward to it. First home game, getting those juices flowing against a rival. It's a rival. I think just geographically, it's got to be, right?
Geographically, it is, and at some point, sooner than later, I hope it'll be on the field as well. So, but we're certainly going to show up with every intention of giving them our best shot. So we'll be there.
There you go. Coach, appreciate it again. Best of luck Saturday.
Appreciate it, Benji.
All right. That's all the time we've got for tonight. Remember, Sports Break, home of the best meat and 3 lunch in the Lakelands. Live music, weekly drink specials, 20+ TVs to catch all your favorite teams in action. You can call them for catering at 2294-110. Sports Break, 114 Cross Creek Connector in Greenwood. For good friends, good food, and good times. It's Sports Break, and they are the title sponsor of the Flying Fleet Football Coaches Show. All right, that's all the time we've got until next week. Go